Hi everyone. Welcome to this episode of Personal Finance Podcast. In these podcast series, we always focus more on investor management rather than investments management. Our aim is to try and understand our investment behavior, our biases, what we can control and what we need to learn beyond the daily news and headlines that we are exposed to 24/7. So, today I want to share with you one hard truth about the investment planning industry that I am a part of, the so called advisors. And these two most common excuses that I hear from finance professionals that I meet are number one, if I don't do it for my client, someone else will, so I might as well. And number two, the clients want it, I'll do it. Honestly, both these lines by so-called finance professionals very, very dangerous. They sound harmless, sometimes even practical, but they mask a much, much deeper problem, one that affects the very core of how financial products are sold or how financial advice is delivered. Let's look at it this way. Imagine you're going to a doctor. You've read a few articles, you watched a YouTube video, maybe you have even seen a few influencers talk about it. You walk into the clinic and you tell the doctor exactly what you think you have and the medication you think you may want. And instead of examining you, asking you questions, running tests, or diagnosing your condition, the doctor says, "Sure, I think that's right." And he hands over the prescription you asked for. Just like that. Would you trust that kind of medical advice? Would you respect that doctor? Or would you walk out wondering what just happened? You probably think, wasn't this doctor supposed to be the expert here? Wasn't he supposed to tell me what I need and not just give me what I want? Would you go back to a doctor who behaves like a vending machine? Yet in the world of investing, this is what I see and this is what happens every day. An investor walks into a financial professional's office and says, "I want to invest in this product." Or, "My friend made a lot of money on this PMS, I want it too." Or, "Everyone is buying this property," or "Everyone is buying this alternative investment. Should I buy it too?" See, what has happened is in recent years, more and more investors have started chasing trends. Everyone wants what someone else has. My friend invested in a startup, so I should too. My friend has invested in a real estate, I should too. And the financial advisor, wanting to please the client, or maybe out of fear of losing the relationship, says yes. No diagnosis, no evaluation of suitability, no thoughtful conversation, just a nod, a quick explanation, talk about returns, and a transaction. Because they fear that if they don't give it to you, someone else will. You will go to someone else and you will get it anyway. Is that what you're really looking for? Do you want someone who avoids difficult conversations and simply tells you what you want to hear? Is that the kind of financial guide you want? Someone who gives you what you want even when it's not something that you need probably. Or do you want someone who has the courage to say, "I know you want this, but it's not good for you." That is what a true professional does. That is what earns people's trust. Most of the times, we as investors, listening to all the noise and news around us, want some investment not because it's right for us, but because it seems to be working for someone else. And the finance professionals, the financial coaches also get caught in this cycle of reacting to these requests. But truly, that is a recipe for regret. Because the moment a finance professional stops challenging your thinking, he has stopped acting in your best interest. He has stopped doing his job. And you stopped getting real guidance. You've stopped getting real advice, and all you're getting is execution. And I don't think that's something that you want. You don't want someone who gives you junk because you've asked for it. You want someone who has the courage to say no and to push back, to hold the line when your emotions take over. Because when it comes to money, emotions will take over. Greed, fear, envy, overconfidence, they're all a part of the investment journey. And you need someone who understands that and doesn't just go along with the mood of the moment. Let me give you an example. A few months ago, an investor I know was chasing a private deal that had a lot of buzz around it. He was from the pharma industry, so he thought he knew all about it. His friends were in it. It had a high minimum ticket size. It sounded very exclusive, very smart. But when I dug into it, the deal I thought was based on extremely shaky foundations. There was very little transparency, and the risk and the reward equation made no sense. It was more and more of branding, more and more of noise, more advertising, and very less substance. And we had this conversation. It wasn't easy. And I told him clearly, you may not like what I'm going to say, but I wouldn't let my own family and friends put money in this. And if I were in your shoes, I wouldn't either. He was disappointed. But a few weeks later, the deal started unraveling, and he called to say thank you for not giving me what I asked for. So friends, that's what real guidance looks like. It's not always easy, and it's also not always appreciated at that moment, but it stands the test of time. So to all the investors listening to this, here's what I want you to think about. What kind of financial professional do you want in your life? Someone who says yes to everything you asked for? Or someone who protects you from yourself when needed? Someone who mirrors your emotions and amplifies them? Or someone who brings calm, clarity, and conviction? Because just like in health, wealth is not about short-term comfort. It's about long-term well-being. And the real professionals are not afraid to tell you what you need to hear, even when it's not what you want to hear. They don't operate from fear. They don't just say yes because they want to retain the business. They say no to protect the relationship. That's who you should trust, and that's who you should want by your side. Because when it comes to your financial life, the stakes are too high for someone to just nod along. You deserve better. And the best professionals will never say yes because someone else will say yes to you. They'll say yes only when it's right for you. So think about it. Introspect a bit about who you have in your life. And if what I have just said rings true for you, then take the necessary action. I hope this small anecdote, this small story has helped you in some way. God bless you. Thank you for listening in.